Hello everyone. Today we're going to explore why your orchid leaves might look wilted like this. What causes leaves to lose their firmness and plumpness, also known as turgor. And most importantly, what should you do when your orchid shows these signs? All the answers are coming up in today's video. Let's get started. First, we need to understand what is leaf turgor. Turgor, also known as turgor pressure, is the water pressure inside plant cells that helps maintain the leaf's natural firmness and elasticity. Orchids with good turgor usually have plump, well-hydrated, and healthy leaves. Leaves with strong turgor have a larger surface area exposed to sunlight, which enhances the photosynthesis process. When an orchid leaf loses turgor, it becomes soft and limp, much like a wet towel, drooping and lifeless. In this example, you can clearly see that the orchid's leaf is wilted and has lost its turgor. So, what causes orchid leaves to wilt? It could be due to a lack of water, but it's not always that simple. Before taking action, we need to identify the real cause behind the loss of turgor. For Phalaenopsis orchids, there are two common situations where the leaves become wilted. Situation 1. Only the bottom leaves are wilted, while the rest remain healthy. If just one or two of the lower leaves are soft and the other leaves look strong and healthy, then this is a completely natural process. Orchid leaves don't last forever. Over time, the plant will naturally shed its older, lower leaves. In that case, there's no need to interfere. The leaf will gradually turn yellow and dry out. During this process, it still provides nutrients and moisture to the plant. Situation 2. Most of the leaves are wilted, especially starting from the bottom up. In this case, there are two main possibilities. First, the plant has lost a significant portion of its root system, making it unable to absorb water and nutrients. Second, you may have forgotten to water the plant or left it too dry for an extended period. If that's the case, simply adjust your watering routine to meet the plant's needs. Increase the humidity around the plant. Wipe the leaves with a damp cloth and lightly mist them. Over time, the leaves will gradually regain their turgor. On the other hand, if you're watering regularly but the leaves are still wilting, it may mean the plant can no longer absorb water. This often happens when the roots are damaged or rotting. Here are some common care mistakes that can lead to root damage in orchids. Mistake 1. Leaving the plant without water for too long, causing the growing medium to become completely dry. At this point, the roots may lose their ability to absorb water when it's suddenly reintroduced. Mistake 2. Overwatering, causing the growing medium to stay constantly wet. This can lead to root rot and decay. You should check the root system by removing the plant from its pot and closely inspecting the roots inside. Use aloe vera leaves to provide moisture to the leaves. Aloe vera gel contains over 95% water, offering deep hydration and maintaining the necessary moisture in leaf tissues without causing waterlogging. When you wipe orchid leaves with aloe gel or spray them with a diluted aloe solution, the water is absorbed directly through the leaf's epidermis, helping to quench the thirst of wrinkled leaves. Especially for orchids that have lost their roots and cannot absorb water from the base, absorbing moisture through the leaves becomes their only lifeline to survive. Inside, aloe vera contains vitamins A, C, and E, enzymes, and natural amino acids that help stimulate the regeneration of leaf tissue cells. As a result, the leaves not only regain firmness, but also become greener, thicker, and healthier looking. In addition to the English voice, we have now created dubbed voices in French, German, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, Japanese, Hindi, and Indonesian to help you understand the content more easily. Listen in your preferred language by opening the video and clicking on Settings, the gear icon, to select the appropriate audio language. When the orchid loses its roots or the roots are weak, the plant cannot absorb water from the substrate. Wiping the leaves with a damp cloth will help the leaves absorb water directly through the epidermis, supporting the restoration of turgo. Clean leaves will be easier to breathe. Removing dirt helps the stomata to function effectively, increasing the ability to photosynthesis and respiration, thereby supporting overall recovery. Wiping the top and bottom of the leaves helps to fight bacteria, mild fungi, and limit the condition of rot or disease spreading on damaged leaves. If the orchid leaves are completely wilted like this, we just need to soak the orchid pot in water for 30 minutes every day, so that the growing medium has enough moisture and the roots can absorb a lot of water. When leaves are wilting due to lack of water, a hot, dry environment will make the condition worse. Misting creates a layer of moisture around the plant, helping it to breathe easier. And reduce water loss through the leaves. Misting helps to add light moisture to the leaf surface, supporting the process of water exchange in the cells, thereby helping the leaves gradually regain their fullness. For plants that have lost their roots or have damaged roots, misting is the only way to provide water through the leaves, helping the plant to maintain life while it recovers. When orchid roots become waterlogged or dry out due to poor drainage or overly dry growing medium, the first thing you need to do is carefully inspect the roots. Any root sections that are soft and rotting, dark brown or black in color, or shriveled and dry are damaged and no longer able to support the plant. You should use clean, sharp scissors or a knife to completely cut away these parts to prevent the spread of bacteria and fungal diseases. Removing damaged roots helps the orchid focus its nutrients on healthy roots and speeds up the recovery process. Afterward, you can replace the growing medium with fresh substrate or treat the old medium to improve aeration and drainage. The structure of orchid roots consists of many layers. The outer layer is the protective velamen layer. The inner core conducts water. When the velamen layer dries out for too long, it will lose its elasticity and no longer be able to absorb water as before. However, if the inner core is still alive, the roots can still continue to nourish the plant. Therefore, you need to check carefully before cutting any roots. Do not rush to remove all the roots that appear dry. Many people have mistakenly cut the living roots, causing serious damage to the plant. Another serious mistake is over-fertilizing. This causes root burn, damaging the roots or causing them to die gradually. When fertilizing, always dilute the fertilizer more than the recommended dosage on the package. When fertilizing, always dilute the fertilizer more than the recommended dosage on the package. Another possible cause is using a pot that's too small or a growing medium that's packed too tightly. In such cases, the roots don't get enough air and can become suffocated. During summer, high temperatures cause orchids to lose water quickly, but the roots can't absorb enough to keep up. Place your orchid in a cooler spot indoors, avoiding windows or areas with direct harsh sunlight. At temperatures above 24 to 25 degrees Celsius, the orchid's metabolism slows down, making it difficult for the plant to grow new roots. Just one aloe vera leaf is enough. Cut it into small pieces, then put it into a blender. Aloe vera is a natural miracle cure that safely and effectively restores firmness and moisture to orchid leaves. Add 500 milliliters of water and blend until smooth. Blend everything thoroughly until you get a smooth, even consistency without any lumps. This ensures the aloe gel is well broken down and ready for use. Strain out the solids. I will use the aloe vera water to wipe the top and underside of the leaves clean. I will use the aloe vera water to gently wipe both the top and underside of the leaves. Aloe vera has natural antibacterial and antifungal properties that help protect orchid leaves from bacteria and mold causing rot. especially small cracks caused by prolonged dehydration. Then, soak the entire orchid root system in the aloe vera water for about 30 minutes. You can add more water to fully submerge the roots, helping them absorb nutrients more effectively. Choose a clean, transparent plastic bottle, then use a sharp knife to cut the body of the bottle to create a support that fits the size of the orchid roots. Next, poke several small holes in the bottle to allow water drainage and improve airflow for the plant. You can use the leftover soaking water to water the other orchids in your garden. After soaking the orchid medium in aloe vera water for about 30 minutes, remove it and gently pat it dry before replanting the orchid. In addition to the English voice, we have now created dubbed voices in French, German, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, Japanese, Hindi, and Indonesian to help you understand the content more easily. Listen in your preferred language by opening the video and clicking on Settings, the gear icon, to select the appropriate audio language. This is the orchid I've been caring for over the past 3 months. The new leaves have fully grown. The old leaf that was once wilted has now grown larger. Although it hasn't fully regained its firmness, it's still healthy and supports the plant well. Some leaves may still have cracks or slight dryness, depending on the initial level of damage. However, you shouldn't remove these leaves too soon, as they still provide nutrients and moisture to the plant. Hello there. If your orchid leaves are wilted and losing their firmness, don't worry. This video will help you identify the cause and show you how to revive them effectively. Don't forget to subscribe to Great Garden so you won't miss out on simple yet super effective orchid care tips.